everyone, you're watching Newegg Arcade. Welcome to our new channel showcasing video gaming, consoles, PC gamings, and the like. First up, we're going to be doing a product demonstration of the Disney Infinity for the PlayStation 3. So here we go. We're going to start by going through the intro tutorial that the Disney Infinity will walk a player through the first time you turn it on so that you can see how the game works and how it moves, and it basically teaches you how to play the game and how to manipulate the environment. So it's telling me use L to move your spark. So there's a little spark on the screen, and they tell you it's a little idea, which is a spark of imagination, and you fly it towards these blue ones. And then the blue ones merge with it, and it becomes bigger and bigger. So I'm just gonna float it around.
Over time, with care and a sense of adventure, it begins to grow until it's so bright that it can't be contained.
And then it explodes and zooms down towards the world of the game. Now in the Disney Infinity game, this is called the, I think it's called the Disney Infinity Introduction Toy Box. I'll show you the menu when we get going. But basically the toy boxes are these little virtual worlds that you add elements to and build as you go, and you can explore. So each element gets added as you progress your little light ball here towards it. And you grow and eventually become a character. Alright, so you see in the tutorial you start meeting some of the characters that you get to interact with eventually. There is not a Toy Story expansion pack yet, but there are plans for it. So right now I'm a little golden ghosty cowboy chasing after Woody. Now the world's changing again and I'm a little Sully.
Whoa, this is a change of scene.
So now I'm going to hang out with Captain Jack
A pirate shipwreck right for fun.
on the Black Pearl.
Orders be coming now from Captain Jack Sparrow.
Now I'm a little ghosty pirate, so it's telling me hit X to jump. So it's teaching me how to jump. And 2 X's is a double jump, in case you have a really high place. And you can climb things.
Yarr, there be the Flying Dutchman. Let's get aboard and take her from Davy Jones. What be the best way of getting there? Using our imagination,
So now here's another thing. It's teaching you about the other ways to manipulate the game. So I'm moving this cannon. I set it down. Now I'm being shot over to Davy Jones. And now with that, it segues into another world, where I am now a ghost Mr. Incredible. Metroville, that's what it's called. So now I'm in Metroville. So this is just introducing you to all of the different ways the game teaches as it goes. So let's jump into now the Disney Infinity area, or rather the Disney Infinity gamepad, and I'll demonstrate to you some of the other features of this game. Alright, so here I am in the Hall of Heroes. This is a virtual world inside Disney Infinity that kind of gives you little tutorial pointers, and then also when you master each one of these collectible characters that you purchase, their likeness will be added to the Hall of Heroes. So as you level up and get as many tools and everything like that as each character can have, then you get added to the Hall of Heroes with that character. So right now I'm Mr. Incredible, and I'm going to tell you about the Disney Hub inside the Disney Infinity. Now the Disney Hub is kind of like the center of the game in terms of the navigation. So right now I'm going to go into an area of the hub called the Travel. So under Travel you have different areas you can go into. There's Mastery Adventures, Adventures, Pre-Built Toy Box Worlds, and then to load a game. So Mastery Adventures is an area where you go to learn different skills as that character, and it teaches you how to fight with those characters, how to build things, that type of stuff. Basically how to manipulate the Disney Infinity universe. So the first Mastery adventure that I wanted to show you is the Building Mastery. What Building Mastery does is teach you how to build in the toy box, which I will also show you in a moment. The toy box is a limitless world that players can create with all of the different elements and toys that they collect. And the more they play in the toy box, the more toys they get, the more they can manipulate the environment and create their own adventures as they go along. The toy box is also the only area of the game where, say, Captain Jack Sparrow and Sully can hang out and have an adventure together. Sully can never go into Pirates of the Caribbean world, and Captain Jack can't come over to the Monsters world. Even though the set piece for this pack includes all three of those realms, they can't cross over that way. So in order to have a 2-player game in the Incredibles world, or even up to a 4-player game in Incredibles world, you have to have all of the characters. And those come separately. So I've got Dash and Violet over here as expansion packs for that. Also, you should know that you can't develop the characters to their full potential in every world unless you have all of the accessory characters for that world. So the more you play, the more characters you have, the more skills, the more tools, the more you eventually get out of the gameplay. The more duration of gameplay, the harder the adventures, that sort of thing. Okay, let's build some stuff. All right. So here we are. And the more of these Mastery Adventures you do, the more trophies you get and points. So the whole point of this is we're following a little Captain Hook looking character around, and he's got a little scavenger hunt of things that need to be in this world. So it's teaching me how to use the editor and manipulate the toy box. So I open up the toy box, and it wants me to build 3 palm trees. So I select palm tree, and then switch to build view. So down at the bottom of the screen I can see what I'm building while I move my element around. So right now I'm building palm trees. Let's put one there. Okay, use L2, okay, switch objects. So maybe I want a different palm tree. All right, and I'm gonna put that one here. And then I like that palm tree, so I'm gonna put it here. So there we go. I've built 3 palm trees now. I'm going to exit the editor. So I need to build a hill now. So basically as you move through this mastery, it'll teach you how to use all of the various tools and views. Lower things, move things. There's a magic wand feature, which let's go to that now. All right, so let's get the magic wand out.
Doesn't mention a statue. Easy enough. We'll just get rid of it. Okay, get that statue out of here.
Let's get this statue out of here. So R1, access your tool pack.
Select the magic wand.
Use R, okay. So magic wand, L2 and R, and then circle to delete. So that's a good one to remember in the toy box for when you build something you want to get rid of, or something's in your way or you want to clear space. All right, now let's move on to one of the other mastery adventures. Alright, so the combat mastery area is an adventure set up to teach you how to use the combat skills of your character.
Whoa, impressive knock. We'll fix that. Now head to the highlighted area.
So it's going to teach me about
Lesson 1?
punching things.
But let's see if we can't try it. That's great. Okay. Save this for
So now I'm just clearing things out. I'm following the prompts on the screen of how to manipulate this character to clear and break things. Excuse me.
How about trying a new break? Now just clear out the rest of this junk and we'll be ready to start.
Oh, bees.
How about trying a new move? Here's a challenge, a moving target. And this guy is ready to go. If you knock our friend out of the pen, we'll finish this training. Pick up our
Alright, so you get the idea. You learn the combat skills, and then it's going to take me into a little arena where I actually get to test those skills, but I'd rather just show you in actual gameplay time. So I'm going to exit this and move on to another area of Disney Infinity. Back in the hub. Now let's talk about some of the other parts of the hub. Wait, no, I don't want to leave the Hall of Heroes. Okay, so over here, as you complete things, you get to go inside the vault, inside the Disney Infinity Vault, and you earn the ability to spin for new toys. So I'm going to spin for a new toy and see what I get for my toy box. I got a Scottish stone circle, the mysterious stone circle from Brave. Okay, great. So it says I still have 6 more spins to use, but I'm going to save those for later and exit out of here. Over under the treasure chest, this is actually the editor. It's saying the editor is not available in this location because this isn't a manipulative, this isn't a toy box you can manipulate on your own. The Hall of Heroes is static, so you can't change it in any way. So back under travel, we can go to pre-built toy box worlds. So under there we have the introduction to Disney Infinity, which I showed you, a toy box launch, which teaches you more about the toy box, and then also an empty toy box. So I think I'm going to go into the toy box launch, just because you can see an already built toy box area. Alright, so this is a pre-built toy box world called the Toy Box Launch, and it teaches you a little bit about how a toy box could look if you chose to build it with a big castle in it. Also, inside this toy box world, there are bad guys and bad guy generators that you will have to fight as you go along. And so you will earn points and character abilities as you play around, even in your own toy box. So that's kind of neat. It's kind of like any time you spend with the game is not time wasted, because you will gain abilities that go towards actual gameplay. So I'm going to open the editor. And now I have a whole toy box full of toys I can put in. So I'm going to build some trees. And I'm going to build one here, and one here, and one here. Oops, can't build one there. See, it turns red when you can't build in an area. And the more you build, it'll award me a little free spin at the toy box for building so many trees. Okay, I'm done with trees. And now, let's see, what else can I build? Let's put in one of those Scottish stone circles I just won. Oh, it's huge. Maybe we're gonna move this. Excuse me, Scottish stone circle coming through. Maybe this will be in the backyard of the castle. There we go. So now I have a Scottish stone circle. All right, now you can see up in the distance, there's a bad guy.
Enter the editor from anywhere in the game.
So if I'm going to engage this guy, I'm going to hit the triangle. There we go. And then I get blue sparks, which helps my energy. Oh, I don't know how to fight that. Except to dodge. That's all I can really do is dodge. And punch. There we go. Okay, so now let's move on to actual gameplay. All right, so I'm gonna load the Incredibles game now so we can see some actual gameplay. And at any time, if you want to load a game, you just go into the travel menu. Once you in the pause menu, so you hit pause or hit start, pause menu pops up, it says travel, and then the travel menu will take you to what games you have available to you based on your playset piece. All right, so I have underneath my Mr. Incredible, I should mention, I have the Pieces of 8 bonus disc, which gives me extra economy. Whenever I see any coins that I'm supposed to collect, it will give me extra coins. Now those discs are purchased separately, and so you can choose what abilities or extra powers or whatever you want to be able to give each character. Purchase those separately, and you can have up to 2 discs under each character at a given time. All right, so I'm in Incredibles world now, and it's already exploding and on fire, which kind of stresses me out. Since I don't know what I'm doing. All right, good thing it gives me little pointers how to get around.
Get to safety. I'll handle the Omnidroid.
Okay. Yay! I won a Mr. Incredible costume. I kind of think I already had one though. Not sure. Right, and press to block. All right, so as you go along in the game, I really appreciate this. It teaches you how to play as your character, which is nice, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Even though I did a couple of the combat tutorials, it's kind of funny how you... So I'm gonna... learned this in combat tutorial, how to pick him up and throw him. Kind of my favorite attack. All right. Oops. So under select. So these are toys in missions under this particular menu. If I had gained any of these things, I would actually be able to use these toys in the game. So for example, I would have Mr. Incredible's sports car, and so you have to continue playing to unlock this toy. The longer you play, the more toys you unlock. The more characters you have, the more toys you unlock. You gotta get the idea that the game is designed to continuously build off of itself. Hence the infinity name, I kind of feel. I think I'm running the wrong way constantly. Haha, yes! And I actually just completed the mission. I feel so accomplished. So many hours of gameplay for me. All right, well that wraps up the product demonstration and gameplay time for the Disney Infinity for the PlayStation 3. If you liked this video or found it useful, please subscribe to our new Newegg Arcade channel. Until next time, I'm Jennifer, and thanks for watching Newegg TV.